to go live. Um, I know you guys have heard me say this stuff a million times, and if you're tuning into my live stream right now, if you're not out there worried about the elections, what I'm saying because the world, or at least America, is coming to an end, and that's why we have this border crisis right now. Now, I don't know what just happened. I gotta check and see if I'm still live because my image went away. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's why we have this border crisis right now. They're not telling you all this stuff, but America's falling just like ancient Rome fell because this is a revamped Roman Empire here. That's what we live in, okay? And money has become this great idol, you know, that everybody worships. And because of this, the country's being destroyed. And for the Gentiles, the people that aren't the indigenous people of America by the original definition, which means copper colored races found here by the Europeans. But now that title applies to Europeans. This is because the wickedness of your ancestors, and that's why you're ignorant and in this trance that you can't believe in what we're saying. I mean, how hard is it to realize that you live in the promised land? I mean, when you look at the history they present in school, it at least tells you came here as pilgrims. So if you came here as pilgrims, you don't see nothing strange with the grip you got on the land here and the power and the attitude you guys have. No one ever sees anything strange with that. But let me tell you guys, there's something very strange. You have to examine your history, right? And then you have to go and get the conclusive proof, which means when we're talking about conclusive proof, action needed, low SPF, low frame rates. All right, that's what it's talking about. When we're talking about conclusive proof, you can easily get conclusive proof from study of the Bible and comparison of the modern day Israel and comparison of the proposed, Utah Israel here. And you can clearly see, I mean, even when it talks about the Euphrates River in the Bible, it's talking about it having 7 streams, right? The river that flew out of Egypt. And you look at the Middle East, what's that? They got like 5 or 3? And that's not, and the Euphrates River in the Middle East is not even in the Middle East. It's in Turkey, which I technically, but, it should be in Egypt because the Euphrates is the river of Egypt. And that's why they have a river called the Nile down there. And Nile just means contributory stream for any larger river, But y'all gonna have to get up off the land everywhere west of the Mississippi, bro. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna have to leave. Y'all gonna have to leave your land, bro. Just like we had to. Y'all think it's a game, but look up the Indian. Look up all the Indian removals, and then when they stop calling us Indian, there's a whole history of just removing black people from towns. Like whole town, the census records give it away. The census records give that away because you'll have one year, it'll be like a bunch of black people on the census, and then the next time they do the census, everyone's gone in that town. All the black people gone. And then you got like things like practices like the Racial Integrity Act, and where they hid who the indigenous people of America are. So we're in this tribulation, and that's what it is. That's what the tribulation really is. The tribulation is when y'all came to this land and put us through the great tribulation. And we're at the tail end of this shit. And you guys gonna have to realize that, because if you fail to realize that at this day and age, you're gonna for certain be destroyed. Because this is not a game. It's not a game. America, the real promised land. America's Egypt, America's a lot of places, bro. Greece, ancient Greece. That's like looking around Georgia and shit like that. You know what I mean? They know. They know the real history, and all these nations have consented, and just like the Bible says, they were all of one mind. They all consented for this. They all took identities that's not theirs. They all claim to be places they aren't, and a lot of the land over there was even given to us. You guys, when you look up the history, if we were the first people on the planet, then we was everywhere, like Australia. Like, you go to Australia and it's the same thing. The same thing they do here. It's the same formula. They're going to they're going to go there, act all cool with you, fuck up your shit, take your shit, and then teach you lies. And then even in Australia, you got people claiming to be the indigenous Australians. In South Africa, people claim to be indigenous Africans. I'm like, all right, so you guys are just wherever you go, then you become the indigenous people, right? And we were supposed to just accept this and not believe it's a lie. You know what I mean? Like, but when the Bible talks about the justice coming to people that dwell on many waters, I mean, just type in many waters King James Bible verse, because there's people that dwell on many waters, and all these countries were colonized by Europe, which was ultimately colonized by the people from the Caucasus. And that's the beginning of the real beginning of the Great Tribulation is what happened over there in Europe, because they took down the Moors, and then that's how they found their way over here. And then remember, I don't just mean people associated with Moorish science temples or Moorish anything, but technically they called anyone who was black a Moor. Just like at one point you could get confused with an Indian. Now they claiming people you never see nowhere, because I don't be seeing those Indian people nowhere. People you never see nowhere is Indians. Like, for real. If they were really Indians, they would still be in deep enough number for you to know. You know what I mean? And they'd be going they wouldn't be fighting for their civil rights. You get what I'm saying? Like, they would, actually. That's what I'm trying to say. They would be fighting for their civil rights and all this stuff. No, but they done took deals. They've been given rights and lands and casinos and all that stuff. They're all Confederate. It's a confederacy. I don't know if I'm streaming good here. It's telling me I got low frame rates and stuff like that. But, that's what's really going on. And because of that, and because of what y'all did to us in this land, he's bringing it to an end. You could just, there's Bible verses that talk about then he will be jealous for the land and his people and have pity on his people. That's what's going on right now. And if you go out and you want a vacation, you want to go with your family, just know that you're probably going to die. You're probably going to die in some freaking natural disaster, because if you've been paying attention, you will know that the ski resorts are having avalanches, right? This year, last year. You would know the beaches have some weird bacteria coming into them. You would know that there's a mountain lions and rogue waves and all that stuff has been going on since the last eclipse came by. You know what I'm saying? Since the last 2017 eclipse. It's just been getting exponentially worse every year. And I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all go out vacationing, because it's not, he don't want you partying and shit while he ending the world. It's not what it's about. You know what I mean? But we're so stuck in this consumerism and get it all and this selfish mentality they push through the media and all this stuff that we can't see that. I'm trying to make sure that I'm still in the live and you guys can see me. I don't really do lives from my laptop. Usually I use my mobile data because it works better. I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi and shit. But yeah, that's what's really going on in this world. It's the end of the world because everyone's blind and the Most High is upset for what happened to our people for this long. And hey, don't try to fix it. Make excuses, because that's what's going to get y'all destroyed. Y'all had no problem for so long blessing this country called Israel. Now it's a problem. Now officially I see people making good points, but they can't apply that's where they get it confused. They can't apply the destruction of Israel here with those terms they made for Israel destroying Palestine. They can't do that. It's all about Palestine. Nigga, we're the real Palestinians. Right in front of you, nigga. Right in front of your face. The real shit. The real deal. The history of our destruction has obfuscated. That's the truth. The real history of destroying us has been obfuscated. That's why we're finding out about Tulsa in the modern age, and the there's a bunch of them. Black Wall Street. There's a bunch of them in all these cities and lakes, and all that history you don't even know about. And then you got the fucking dickhead. These, I'm sorry, but Democrats can be racist and Republicans can be racist too. Because how don't y'all know they're trying to not let both of them not trying to teach that. They don't want no CRT, right? What they're calling critical race theory. They don't want the truth. All right, so you guys could take up the promised land and not feel bad about it, but y'all need to feel bad. And you know why? Because you can't just come to people's land and just be invading the whole world, and you really have invaded the whole world, and think that's okay, because they rule by the gun. By the sword, and that's just to let you know who they are. Because in the Bible, who was given the blessing of the sword? Esau, and they took that blessing all around the world, right? And when you start to look into like the book of Maccabees and other books, you can tell like, oh no, they were kicked out the promised land and they went over to the Isles of the Gentiles, right? And they chose Gentile leaders over them. And then, so Columbus comes back, and now they rule the world. And each one of them has an entitlement that they shouldn't have, because all that entitlement they feel about what they earned and shit is off our backs, and that's the truth. Because who would be rich right now and righteously wealthy if y'all had paid us for the land, reconstituted our ancestors for the labor? Never did that in the first place. Bought land from us. See what I'm saying? But then they don't think what they earn is gains of oppression. None of y'all should even be here. I mean, look at the treaties they signed with all the Native Americans. Even if you don't believe that we're the Native Americans. Even though we can find plenty of evidence throughout history where they're talking about people of tawny and with woolly hair, and all the first-hand accounts of the pre-Columbian history the government doesn't want to accept, but they know they got all the land on lock west of the Mississippi. You look it up, federally owned land west. That's just the federal government, not even the states. If you add the states, it's like all of it. There's like, you know how much land you can't go to and can't own when you're driving down these highways in the west, and you just see these big open fields surrounded by barbed wire fences. And they're like, who would fence in the entire the fucking federal government? They don't want you going over there near those rocks that shit are shaped weird. And I've seen plenty of them. I drove across the whole country twice. Once to California and once back from New Jersey. I seen plenty of shit just on the side of the road. Like, yep, that's the shit they be talking about. I'm like, I bet you go over there, they're going to arrest you. I'm like, somebody's going to pull up in a couple minutes with the fucking RVs, and they're going to be like, where'd you come from? Nigga popped out the ground or something. Like, and that's where they at. They all on the ground and all over the promised land and all vandalizing shit because everyone's ignorant. And once you're ignorant, they can do whatever they want to you. But that's all coming to an end because the country's going to fall apart. And it is. It is. Hey, you got almost half the country taking a stance against the border and the other half of the country taking a stance for the border. And then, while the president is dealing with a major potential internal conflict, he's also paying to instigate conflicts over it, because that used to be their whole plan, to divert attention so they could enjoy the prosperity. Now the leaders know, and they're pulling the plugs and shit, and you got Trump trying to save it. I'm like, no, Trump needed to tell the truth too. They're all bad people. Like, what are you talking about? Tell the truth. If you told people the truth, it would set them free. That's the problem. And you don't have an empire or a government, it just can't happen. That's why you'll never hear, this is exclusive content, and it's only coming from not even all Hebrew Israelites understand this. A lot of them still been talking about this being brought here in ships from Africa, not being shipped here from different parts of America. They're talking about that being the promised land over there in Africa and all this other dumb shit, this Pan-Africanism they invented. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about real stuff or real truth. They don't have no truth in them. They can't. You know what I'm saying? When someone can't have truth in them, it's because they're blind. You know how there's a Bible verse where he says he was going to fatten their hearts, make their hearts heavy and their ears fat, so they can't repent and be saved? And that's what's going on. It's because people want to believe a lie. It's easier to just be like, no, we are righteous Americans and this and that. And you know what? I be seeing it. I seen a guy sleeping on the streets with white people eating right next to him, black dude. I'm like, that's the condition. I tried to get a picture, but he was like, don't take pictures of me. So I deleted it. But I was going to be like, bro, I tried to explain to him, but what it's about, like, what it's really about. That's what it's about, nigga. What the fuck? Y'all got this high end restaurant with a dude sleeping around the corner because y'all want to talk on, and a building his ancestors built. And I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Like, we built all this shit, nigga. That's the capital they were selling niggas at. We seen that, we know they were selling niggas in every capital everywhere. They ain't all come from Africa. What kind of fucking sense does that make? Like, everyone they're selling came from Africa? But you guys came from Europe. Think about that. No, y'all dealing with the real Hebrews. And if y'all don't repent, then I'm going to tell you what's going to happen first, why they always been trying to keep our numbers down. One of us is going to rise up and become a big leader. That's why they're always locking people up and framing people and all kinds of stuff and trying to keep you entertained with money and drugs and music so they can keep control on you. And once they get this control on you, you can't never become that potential. But of course, we know the power of God is heavy, so either one of us, being how wicked we are, could turn back and be like a tool used. But one of us is going to rise up and become really great among us. And then the rest of us are going to pop off. And you're going to see whoever is of the tribe of Judah, that's how you'll know they're of the tribe of Judah first. Because they're going to be the first ones to pop off, because that's what's prophesied. And then it's all going to be a threshing floor, especially in the East. Especially in the East, because most of us are still in Babylon and Assyria and in places like that, which are really on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And Egypt, Middle America, and all y'all going to get spoiled. Everything's gonna get taken. Everything's gonna be spoiled. You're gonna see people that you can't control. It can be people you can't shoot dead. It's gonna be shit like that, and that's the truth. And you'll never hear this from anybody. And shortly after that, you will see the return of all the watchers and the holy ones and all the righteous watchers, not the evil ones. You will also see those forces of the evil ones come out. You're already starting to see, like, oh yeah, people seeing giants in the south. I'm like, bro, because they got fucking massive tunnels underground. They've been had all this shit down there. It's the Holy Land. If you think Europe has history and culture and catacombs and secret stuff, what do you think this place has? You're just an idiot that believe the government. If you believe them, that trust the Smithsonian, that, I don't know. Like my friend's dad, he's just like believes all the bullshit no matter what. Like there's no amount of questioning that can get through his head, but it's like, whatever, guys. Like, that, hey, it's your own funeral. It's your own funeral. But then you watch, y'all gonna see, because when you read the Legends of the Jews and you see all these superhero movies, that's where they're getting it from. Like, the Legend of the Jews is real. God literally blessed us with, it was the power to do anything through faith. Literally anything. And that is coming back. And that's why they're talking about all this alien disclosure shit, because they can't stop them from being in the promised land. They want to talk about the Anunnaki. Yeah, that's a big thing going around the Pentagon, according to a couple people who are in these communities who have reputable sources. I don't know if you guys know about Alex Jones or any of the people he brings on, but there's people that he talks, brings on his show, and Joe Rogan. They've been on Joe Rogan's show too, saying the same things. Y'all might see the clips on the internet, because it is. But they're talking about the Anunnaki returning to the Middle East and all that. Hell no. Nigga, that's a setup. They really returning here. If you look at LA, and every other night they're seeing some shit in the sky, because this the Holy Land and those are the watchers of the Most High. And you about to pay for all those things y'all done. And y'all about to pay for the condition of the people and the condition of the land. Because, like, literally, since y'all been in control, y'all made plastic, y'all poisoned the environment, all this crazy shit, and y'all poisoning the wrong land. Don't y'all see that? And there's a biblical protocol for all this stuff. The Most High follows a protocol. Right now, you can imagine he's facing off with whoever is the real leaders of this captivity, and he's probably been sent a messenger to been say, like, let them go. You know what I'm saying? And they obviously refuse to do that. And you see all the natural disasters hitting the country. Now they're talking about how next month all these locusts are going to pop up out the ground. It's going to be the oh no, because they're calling it. They're not. They don't know the science. They're saying they sleep every 12 years or every 13 years. Or they just people don't know nothing. These people really don't know nothing. They just tell you things and they make guesses because they have real access to the knowledge of God. And instead of using that to make the world a better place, they've decided to use it to destroy you and us and their own people. Because if they loved their own people, they would tell y'all the truth and let y'all enjoy the benefit of the promised land as it was intended, which is to be a place for refuge from all that shit and a place of, shelter. And it's not that. Look at everywhere. The most powerful nation of Egypt is now in servitude to the United States government and Europeans who came from all the way over there. All the way over there should have no power and control. Don't see nothing, but y'all don't see nothing wrong with that shit. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that shit. Some people do, cause I talked to one lady, but she was poor, and like that's why I be saying the poor are blessed, man. To be a rich one of them is even worse. You're better off being a trailer trash one of them. You'll probably have pity taken on you by the Most High, and if the Most High takes pity on you, then there's nothing that anybody could do to you. See what I'm saying? Not even us. And that's the truth. But most of them be like broken races. Rich and racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna be dumb, deaf, and poor and miserable and not even know it? And then they be miserable. They be miserable. Miserable people. And why? Why so miserable? It's not like you don't have a place to stay. It's not like you don't have someone taking care of you. You see what I'm saying? Why be miserable? Because you deny God, bro, and y'all know your spirit is tested. That's what I'm saying. Like, all these emotions come from when your spirit testifies of what's wrong with you, so of your wickedness. And I'm telling you, when it does, you could just see it. That's why I became like, I've always been a good reader of people. Like, I don't need to get fucked up once to tell someone's fucked up, and once I got it, it's over. And I've never been one to bite my tongue, but sometimes people be having you in a position where you're like, I don't gotta just tolerate this bullshit from you because this and that. So I don't say nothing, but I'll just tell them, like, I don't even care about none of that shit. Bro, I don't care about none of that shit. You know what's gonna happen? Y'all niggas stole our land, and if y'all don't treat us with respect and dignity on our own damn land, and give back what the things you stole and recognize the truth, y'all gonna be destroyed by the Most High. That's what repenting would be. Y'all don't know what y'all need to repent of? It's not just lies and murder. Y'all filled the land with lies and murder. Okay? Y'all filled the land with lies and murder. You set it up so a man could steal from his dad and steal from his mom, and y'all put that money over everything. Y'all filled the land with lies and murder. And before y'all came here, it wasn't like that. Y'all know it wasn't. I'm returning in 1 second. Y'all know it wasn't like that. And y'all, you be seeing that pride and arrogance and all of them talking about I'm a soldier and I'm a veteran. I'm like, I don't want to hear none of that dumb shit. I don't need to hear none of that dumb shit because what is a soldier, bro? All right, what's the army done? Invade countries, kill women, children, dogs, houses blown up, fund wars. What the fuck y'all talking about honor? And then they be like, oh, well, how dare you not have respect for the troops? I'm like, that's because you're a brainwashed slave that's like high on patriotism. You think it's okay to just do whatever you want, and then as long as someone's going to have a march or a parade or a freaking Veterans Day celebration, it's all cool. And then the government don't even care about you, you fucking morons. That's the truth. The government don't even fucking care about you. You're just another dickhead. When you get old and die from those diseases you got when you was fighting and the chemicals you was exposed to, the VA not gonna pay for your health care. They gonna dick you around, give you bullshit treatment and surgery. That's what's gonna happen because they don't love you. You know? All these engineered, all the wars are engineered. All of them are engineered and by design. So that's what they're really trying to do here in America. Here, not in. That's what they're doing here in the Middle East. The Middle East, they've been engineering wars and engineering crisis, and a lot of their crises seem to go along with the Gentile breakdown of understanding, which means to them they say the Great Tribulation's coming. How could you think the Great Tribulation's coming? They can only think that if they discount everything they did to our people, and that's what they do because it's not really in their history. That's why they can have these breakdowns because their understanding of history is off. They can't link the real history with the real interpretation of scriptures. That's simple and plain. They cannot do it. And that's why their history is all they believe what they believe. It is all based on pride and arrogance. And if one person tells me, come on, somebody get on here and debate me and tell me I'm wrong. You can get up, you could get in the comments and debate me and tell me I'm wrong. But you can't. You know you can't. They know they can't. Because then we're gonna start breaking down what species of animal is actually native to America. Because people tried. They can't fuck with us. We know horses are native to America. We know the entire horse species evolved in America according to them thousands of years ago, which just means originated in America. Because nigga, you go up to Canada and past that, you're gonna hit the restricted areas. Man, get out. Fuck the military, bro. Don't, bro. Do not do that. Listen, man. Why would you even leave the country right now when the war's gonna be here? You know how many people came into this country from other countries? We got Russians coming in here. We got fucking Iranians coming in here, bro. Why would you leave? This is the set. This is the set of the Battle of Armageddon. This is where all matters at, right here. It's not over there. Those wars over there are engineered. They are losing control of the land here, and they're trying to bring as much war and chaos. People think the elites are resetting. Like this is what I'm saying. They spent years getting control over the minds and masses, and yeah. I'm not shitting on people that join the military, bro. If you were deceived and you see the truth now, that's good. I'm not shitting on you if you join the military. I'm shitting on people that whether you're in the military or out the military and you believe that all things that America has done is justified, then I'm shitting on you. If you're still stuck in that super patriotic head like that Vietnam veteran I talked to was, and I was like, you're an idiot. And then I had to tell him, like, you're an idiot, and black people didn't even get no fucking GI loans and shit after that. When they got back from that war they were forced to go to, a lot of them were forced to go to, they were discriminated against. Didn't get, yeah. I had to tell people that, like, your military don't give a fuck about you or them. They was just like, people be satisfied with the way things are because they could be above other people. So, that means in their head they look at other people that are not like them. Like, I'm going to share this video after this. I promise to do it. Where this lady is talking about, why don't we send poor people to war? Because they don't have no lives. And like, that's because, motherfucker, our whole lives is spent serving you rich motherfuckers and keeping you alive and fucking shit. What the fuck are you talking about? It was just an elitist attitude and an elitist mindset. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And then they it's all programming. I be telling y'all, it's all programming. They started when you're young with this TV shows about the military being glorious and all these movies and all, you know, White House Down, and when they showed Denzel Washington as the president and they had fucking I don't think it was Denzel Washington, it was Jamie Foxx, I believe, as the president, and when Obama wasn't on. That's what they do, bro. Thank God Hollywood is falling apart. Did y'all see? Hollywood is falling apart. There's crimes everywhere, and there's murders everywhere. And I'm like, it's the end. It's that the horror, the Babylon's falling, guys. So look, we're actually making history right here. We got real interpretations. We got real thought to not no corporate mind think bullshit over here. You know what I mean? The only thing I really can't talk about is the jabby jabs because they want to take you off the internet. But y'all should already know there's been enough information on the internet for years about that. If y'all had looked early, you would have found the truth. Instead, y'all wanted to be fucking brain dead slaves. And that's what y'all get. Y'all all being destroyed. A lot of y'all by your own hands and actions, like taking juice shots and multiple juicers because you refuse to think for yourself. That's a foolish. Be the foolish people the Bible talks about. That's who y'all are. All the foolish people. Led around, controlled, brainwashed, manipulated masses of ignorant people being marched down to hell and don't even know it while living in a paradise, abundant in all resources and completely self-sustainable. But y'all wanna fight over land and talk about y'all own something here. Y'all niggas don't own shit. No trespassing signs everywhere, nigga. Fuck y'all talking about? Y'all don't own shit here. Nigga, and you really don't even own shit anyway because the way you pay for what you own makes it so you don't own it. You don't own something you pay for all the time. It's called renting. So y'all literally don't own shit and rightfully don't own shit. So what do y'all think is gonna happen to a country like that? It's the end of it. You see all these truckers trying to go down and support with the border and all that shit. There's one out of the four border states. One out of the four border states, which is the largest border, but actually trying to guard the border, and the rest aren't. So what do you guys think is going to happen? You guys think it matters that Texas takes a stand? That this is all like gesturing, bro, and that's not even their land. Like you see, like the gun holeness of it all has to go. Like I said, they had filled the land with lies and murder. A lot of their actions have filled the land with murder. And the Bible been said that, like, it actually testifies against everyone here. It testifies against the wickedness of the Israelites, and it testifies against the righteousness of some Israelites, and it testifies against the wickedness and righteousness of the Gentiles, which have been on way more wickedness lately than us. You know what I mean? Like we're kind of at their mercy. So they can't. When he comes home, when he comes to visit the land, and his children starts handing out ass whippings, who do you think those ass whippings are going to? We're gonna run to him like, listen, yeah, it's been terrible. We fucked up. This is the worst punishment ever. You guys are gonna be like, oh shit, these niggas was telling the truth. Holy shit, that's how y'all gonna be, unless y'all listen to me or there's some of us Israelites that have the real interpretation. I'm not the only one. But that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna be like, holy shit you never seen in your life, and it's coming. And 2024 is the year for that, baby. It's the year for that. I'm telling y'all. That's why everything's starting to heat up. How you gonna have this election and a crisis going on at the same time? And all these like these people think they're gonna play with fire, and I don't know who's giving them their counsel. I'm telling you, they're getting it from the demon world, and that's where their counsel come from. And but the truth is out, so the spell is over. The spell is over. We're free. We're free to think for ourselves, and we're free to make our own opinions, and we're free to discover the real history, and everything that was hidden is coming out. Everything that was hidden is coming out, and that's causing the end of the world. And we know it's whatever, guys. We are on a rise in 2024. It's a beautiful thing. And we're gonna see the fall of Rome, fall of Babylon, as predicted by the scriptures. And we're watching it right now. And it's like we got a front seat view. We don't need to look at the news or watch the things. Just they need to. I watch the news because I'm like, I want to see what's going on, what they claim is going on. You know what I mean? So I watch some of that. I watch some of every news, all news, because it's all fascinating. And it all really confirming what the Most High said. I mean, through us, the whole God is going to be proven true. Through us, when He takes vengeance for us, and everyone sees it. I even know, where to go. Y'all want to see the Battle of Armageddon? Y'all, I know where to go. I know what valley it's going to be in. If you're living in Utah, that's where it's taking place. That's why everybody's pouring into the country. That's why everybody's pouring. Everybody's pouring. That's why all this shit is going on. You can't keep people out this country at this point in time. They can't. They're all being summoned. It's the call of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And people go, "Oh, you're exaggerating. You're being sensational." And I'm like, I can see why y'all can say that, but you can't justify that. See what I'm saying? I can see why y'all can say that, but you can't justify that. We just had back to back to back storms flow through this country and do devastating damage and kill multiple people. And I'm telling y'all, they also downplay the death numbers when it comes to the things going on in America. Because they're trying to lull you to sleep and make you feel comfortable and like everything is par for the course. And they don't want you to realize the world is ending. That's why they make movies like Don't Look Up, because they don't want you to look up. Because you start looking up, and you can see all this shit. Look up in the night times, you can see all this shit. But you can see what's going on. People are seeing some crazy shit in the night sky. And it gets all over TikTok. It goes viral. You don't think they see it? Their mouths are just closed. They can't talk about it. Okay? They are the Psalms 83 Confederacy. And it's the end of the spell has been broken. And it's the end of the time of the Gentiles. And all the Gentiles that are with the truth and want to be a part of this and can justify that to God in their hearts, they will be citizens of the saints. And we're going to go from being the lowest of society back to being the saints. And that's awesome. And, the rulers and kings of the land. That's awesome too. But it's going to be a righteous kingdom because the Most High won't have no more wickedness. And y'all can see what it's like to not pay for water and pay for clean food. And, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could actually see what that is like, if y'all want to. Y'all could try to preserve this system. That's what most of them are trying to do. And it's all falling apart. And the spell is broken. And we're free. And yeah, you could be free too. Or you could be a slave still. Because we were slaves in our minds. Especially to things concerning the value of the world. But now you can be free again. Doesn't it feel great? Doesn't it feel great? If you guys really knew half the stuff they knew, you would know how close the end of the world is. That's why all these rich people are running around, building. They're getting the fuck out of here. They're trying to, because the Bible talks about a great scourge, and that's us. A scourge that will come upon them. But it's us. It's the natural disasters. It's the things they have caused. It's all the scourge upon them. And then people be out here trying to call me a racist and accuse me of things that them and their people are guilty of, and I be laughing at them like, listen, bro, if you're living in my land and you don't know that, then you're the racist. If you're gonna call me a racist when I can go over all this history of extermination and Holocaust that happened to us, you're just oblivious to. But I'm a racist? Really now? You better say that to the Most High when he get here. Can you prove that? I ain't never hung nobody. I don't got that in my bloodline. We don't even have the power to be racist. Like what? Are you talking about? But when you take over the land, you can set the norms. You can tell people where they're from. Yeah, they trying to get everybody to join the military too. To know that. I ain't going. You ain't get me out of here. Well, you gonna lock me up? That's cool. You ain't drafting me. I ain't been locked up before. I've been detained. I mean, I've been, I've been arrested, but not really locked up. But fuck it. You gonna find a reason to throw me in jail? Go ahead. Go ahead. But the world is in you, and everybody's blind. Everybody thinks it's a game. Everybody's worried about fucking how their fucking body looks and how they're fucking. It's the most vain and fruitless generation ever in the world, and it's the most wicked time ever on the earth. And that's how you know it's about to be the end of the world, because that's how the fucking world ended last time. With the flood of Noah, God wasn't having that shit. But these are fairy tales to an atheist. Because the atheist is just too dumb to realize that he was created. No offense to atheism. Not trying to offend nobody, but that's just the reality. He doesn't have the mental capacity to realize that he was created. And if you don't have the mental capacity to realize that you're created, you're double dumb and blind. At least the people that call themselves Christian and follow the customs of the heathens know there's a God. I mean, people that call themselves Christians and do Christmas and do all that shit. So we just tearing down more lies. You know, I got a video coming out where I actually discuss where Christ was born. A lot of research went into this to discover this, but I could just drop some information here. It'll inspire me to make the video better too. So, if you guys look up Pleasant Grove, Utah, that is actually Bethlehem. And I know this for various reasons, because the pools of Bethlehem were near the road to Hebron, and there's a Hebron city in right there. And the pools of Bethlehem supplied water to Jerusalem through an aqueduct, and Salt Lake City is Jerusalem, and that whole setup I just explained is exactly how it was all set up. So the City Creek Canyon in Utah, the reservoir there is the pools of Bethlehem. They joined the pools together in modern times. Who knows how modern, who knows when, but they did. What would have been 3 separate pools is now one. And every year, once a year, they do this thing called Night in Bethlehem there. Now here's the funny part. So I knew this. I looked up who orchestrated the Night in Bethlehem. It led to 2 people. I'm not dropping their names because they're spoilers. But I tried to look up these 2 people and their history and genealogy, because they must have known that was Bethlehem if they named that. What are the chances? You know what I'm saying? I tried to look up if they were affiliated with any orders, man. I couldn't find any information on them, bro. The internet would not give it to me at all. Or their genealogy. I can only find their parents, and that was it. But when we get there, those kind of people are the people we're going to grab up. Like, we want to know how you knew this. We want to know how you knew that. Don't play with us. Take us to where the information is. You know what I'm saying? But if they're smart, they're getting the fuck out of here and going back to the country with that their lot. They're given lot on this planet because everybody was given a lot. Why did they come and take ours? Because they wanted to. We have broken the spell, though. It's the end of everything, man. Can you believe that we get to see this? And I'll be celebrating everything, but let the storms come. I was watching the video and I don't know where it was, but wherever those floods hit recently, people washed out that military base. That was going viral on the internet. I'm like, yep. It's like I said, it's been hella weather events since the beginning of this year, which isn't really the beginning of the real year. Wait till March and April. When the eclipses come over here. Then y'all gonna see some shit. Some shit y'all never thought y'all would see. Y'all about to see it. That's why it says in the Bible, like, men's heart will fail them from the things that are coming upon the earth. Niggas not gonna be able to handle it. Then what? Hey guys, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. Definitely check out that Bethlehem thing. If you like Google Earth, definitely give it a try. Look up what the Bible says about Hebron city and the distances between the pools of Solomon and all that. Then there's Hebron city is the city in Utah, but that's ancient Hebron. You know what I mean? It's not really hard to figure out these places once you know where Jerusalem is. But then again, it's a wrap. It's a wrap because I looked this stuff up and put out information because people are interested in it. Not many people come to my YouTube. It's all mainly on my YouTube. My breakdowns, and there's other people's breakdowns on here that aren't mine. Kudameos, Big Judas. They're all on YouTube though. But not many people visit my YouTube. I got like 500 something subscribers. I started like 2 years ago. Like I started last year. Sorry. But yeah. Ever since I started that and started really like looking, and even when I started my Facebook, it's been a ride. And I'm not even arguing with people no more. I'm like, bro, believe what you want. Go ahead. That's because they're so wealthy and comfortable, and they think they're insulated, but they don't know Most High about to blow the house down. And then one day, everything could be gone. What about all those people that were hit by tornadoes recently this year and last year? All their shit is gone. People don't have tornado insurance, especially places where tornadoes don't usually strike, which seems to be the norm now. Them floods, insurance companies not trying to cover them. And he's begun to hand y'all over to adversity, just like we were handed over. And just like he had no mercy on us, he will have no mercy on y'all. But peace, guys.